I mean, we're polite, we're Scandinavians. So are you ready? Here we go.
Everybody, welcome to another edition of Sama, Seattle Circuit Music and Art. I'm Derek Mazzoni. Tonight we've got Mames Babegenush, straight from Copenhagen. I've been looking forward to sharing this band with you. I love this music. I love the energy, and I love the virtuosity. These cats really know what they're doing with their instruments, which is always refreshing. And the repertoire that they play is ancient. It's Eastern European music. Some Balkan music, but it's also filtered through where they live. In Copenhagen, part of the northern part of Europe. It's going to be interesting, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Today, I have Lucas Randi, who's a saxophone player, and also Emil Goldschmidt on clarinet. Gentlemen, thank you for coming to Sama.
Hey, thank you so much for coming.
Virtually coming. I mean, you're home right now, but here we are. I wanted to ask you a couple of quick questions. First off, how are you surviving?
If I have to sum it up, it is pretty hard. The live scene is almost dead. We just had 1 month, I think, where we were allowed to do shows at venues, and then we closed down again in Denmark. So it's times are a little tough, but we manage. And
okay.
The band is alive, so we're good as a band. Although live shows are pretty important for us. So it's a big loss, but everybody's going through it. So yeah.
Okay.
And then we have begun working on a new album.
Yeah.
So we're starting to work on all the songs we want to have on it, and to work on all on the music, so we can present something new and exciting whenever we're allowed to play again.
Okay. The music you're presenting, you brought up the fact that it's the band is okay, but you're not able to do live performance. And I've been a fan of your music, and I know I've had Lawrence Glenberg of the Cosmatics. I've had artists that speak to the reality that this music is meant to be heard in a live setting, that the stories that you're telling with this music are ones that kind of like create a circle. It's the way the audience is reacting to you. This is also music specifically made for helping people through hard times. Either it's a celebration or a wedding or something, or it's like, man, the harvest is just not happening, and the invading army just left. So this music is going to feed us in ways, and so it's perfect in the context of Sama, because we're focusing on healing and spiritual and sacred music, but it needs to have that relationship. It's like you're playing for each other. That's great, but I've seen your shows. I've seen the videos. You're reacting to the band. You're not like a shoegazing band. It's like, I'm just sitting here playing my instrument. And when I brought you guys up to other people that talk about you and talk about booking you all over the world, it's that the thing. It's like, oh man, this band is so good like that. Tell me that story.
We started as when we were just basically all of us are just friends from childhood.
Mm-hmm.
And we started the band when we were just in our 20s. And I mean, I was brought up with the music, and I have also always seen this music as part of the community. That's something that music happens in a community, and I think that's important to bring that vibe into the music. That music should be for a live audience. This kind of music isn't really, at least when we started, wasn't really that known in Denmark, because the way this it sounds and it wasn't really known among a lot of the Danish people. So we just started to playing on very small bars whenever people wasn't expecting it. And the reactions we got from it was, it just started a party everywhere we went. And it was so amazing and so fun. And then we just say, okay, you know what? This has something. And we just started working a lot on the music and just began, working, started playing smaller venues, and then it kind of grew and grew and grew and grew. And yes, so that's kind of like the beginning of it.
I know a little bit about the history of this music, being, growing up in Eastern Europe and being an immigrant. But tell me what you want the audience to know. What do you want people to know about this music? Because it has a very cathartic experience. It's like you're out there like, hey, come closer. We're Scandinavian. We won't bite. And then people do, and they come. And that was not an easzy show. That's the APAP. That's, that's an insider show. Everybody's like this. And you got people to come in. Tell me a little bit more about that.
The story behind the Doina is that one of the shepherds is sitting on a hill and he's watching all his sheep. He's playing his flute, and then one of the sheep runs away, and then he goes out to get it, and after some time he finds it and bring it back home, right? So we wanted to do this kind of version, but with a more kind of like Nordic, sound to it. And it also have this kind of like, we wanted to say, yes, okay, we want to have the audience, we want to take it by the hand and draw them into us, right? Saying, come on, we'll get you, and we're gonna get you here safely.
Okay, so it's a journey.
It's a journey, of course.
Okay.
My family is originally from Germany, and they fled to Denmark in 1937, and then they managed to escape again from Denmark to Sweden in 1943, and then they moved back to Denmark and stayed there. I've known Lucas from I was 10 years?
Yes.
We started playing together in a marching band in a Danish, a very famous Danish amusement park called Tivoli, and they have this small. It's a boys' guard, a marching band, and we played together there from we were 10 to 16. And after that, we started playing Jewish music together.
So the band was pretty much built around Emil's love for this music, and the rest of us in the beginning was just really digging the energy and all of these crazy melodies and grooves and stuff we never met before, musically speaking. For me, it was basically just the energy of it, and I can still remember our first show from like 16 years ago, and so it was pretty much built around this very intuitive,
Spontaneous energy.
spontaneous energy. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So it's an emotional music, and this is. I'm trying not to be stereotypical, but the Danes aren't known, unless there's a soccer game or something. There's like everybody loses their mind, but it's not like this music is like I'm gonna feel right now. I'm gonna tell you a story, and and it'll go back in the time, and it's like you gotta be there. Like when you see people dance, it's like one of those like you're crying and laughing all at the same time kind of moment, and that's not known. I'm curious, like your first show, it's like we have a surprise for you. Okay. But it seems to work, and there's something about it that connects people in an interesting way. And I've heard versions of this type of musical effect as emotional tenderizing, and like the Donya is like has that like it's a start. You're gonna go later, but you can't just go like like at a techno club where it's like you come in, it's like boom boom boom. It's like no, we're going to take you. We're gonna like on this journey and take you there. Do you guys ever just want to keep playing all night when it's happening?
Yeah.
We do that. Yeah.
We do that. When we started, like really back in the days, every time we did a show, we would find a bar, and then we would be playing all night at the bar, and just having people dancing, buying us beer, and we would have a good time.
Yeah, definitely. It's super it's affecting everybody, including us. And after a show, I'm always invigorated, and it always takes a couple of hours for me to get back to normal.
Yeah.
There's this huge event of Jewish music, all types of Jewish music, in Brooklyn, called Golden Fest, and there's a big hora, which is that big circle dance.
Sure.
That goes on, and everybody plays. And I've been there before. I went with the Clasmatics, and I remember this big sign. It's like, please, no jamming, to all the musicians, because it was just like enough already. We gotta fill in.
Yeah, and I also think they closes at 2:00, just to have because otherwise it's just it's too much.
Have you guys started a scene? Are there other bands that emulate you right now in Copenhagen? Are you guys at the beginning of like this klezmer revival or something? Or
Funny you're mentioning that, because I guess this is 6 or 7 years ago. We had our first cover band. A band.
Yeah. All of a sudden, we found some videos of a band. I guess they were a bigger band with 10 or 11 band members, but they did our songs, and even some of them had some of our moves also when
that was great. Really great.
So,
how did that make you feel?
I thought it was great. I loved it. It was these high school kids, and a lot of them went on to have other bands now.
Went to the conservatory.
Yeah, and
So they were good players. I mean, so.
but I guess coming to answer your question, I guess we were part of some kind of a wave in Denmark. Like this must have been 10 years ago.
Yes.
Where there was a lot of Balkan, Eastern European music on a rise, and bands as well.
Well, I think the music evolved a little bit because, I mean, 10 years ago, especially when, Chantel really, he had like these big hits and everybody just got together to have like Balkan parties. And it was just danceable and it was just about the groove. And I think the bands now are starting to do, I would say, a little, it's a little bit more artistic now, I would say.
Yeah.
Even though it's still danceable, it's still, the music is becoming much more interesting.
You guys stay healthy, stay sane, and keep the music playing. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.